Good afternoon, crafters, and welcome to this week's update. I'm Michelle Brown, Creative Director from Picture to Page and Beyond Paper Craft Shows, which is our scrapbooking, mixed media art, and paper crafts community. Now, our update this week is to let you know how we're going with our shows and, of course, our online shows, as well as a dash of inspiration. Now, firstly, over the last 2 weeks, we've presented 6 P2P Craft Present sessions, and thank you all so much for your support. It's been great to see your comments, to see your likes, to see your shares. Now, of course, if you missed any of our sessions or you'd like to see them again, head over to our website from picturetopageandbeyond.com.au or click in the link in the description and you will be able to find the links to all the replays of the sessions that we've already had, as well as all our retailers, information and contact details and website, and then also see all the sessions that we've got coming up. And it's going to be another fantastic week. On Tuesday, we've got Tracy with Stamping Up sharing their special offer at the moment, which we're looking forward to. And on Saturday, we've got Rachel from Darkroom Door, and I'm really looking forward to having her along as well and seeing what she can do for us. Now, of course, our next real live show coming up is Geelong in July. And this week, we're going to be looking at which way we're going to jump with that. We've been waiting for the Victorian Government's announcement today on Monday the 11th of May, and it wasn't quite what we were hoping for, but I think it gives us a bit of an idea of where we're heading over the next few months. So keep an eye out on your emails and of course here on Facebook and on the website for updates regarding the Geelong show. Now, our dash of inspiration is just to remind you that even while you're watching all of these wonderful videos and seeing all the other ones on YouTube and Facebook, is make sure that you don't just watch, that you go and do as well. Put it into action. See what the people are showing you. Look at what you've got that might be similar or a similar format that you might do, and then apply it to how you would like to do it. So that's how we learn. And I love Neve's comment this week about practice creates progress, because if we don't practice and we don't progress, and I've been there too, I've felt that frustration. It's like, why does theirs look better? Why have they got so many layers? Why is their combinations better than what I can do? But what you need to do is just pause, take a breath, mentally step back and think, okay, what is it here that I can replicate? Why do I like it? Is it the colors? Is it the composition? Is it the shapes that they've used? Is it the materials? Then what have I got that's similar that I can get out and have a play with as well? Now, I was really inspired by Neve's video on Saturday, and if you haven't seen it, please go back and have a look. But I created an art journal page. So here I got out some paints, I collaged it, I did a bit of my own sketch on tissue paper and added a few things, and was really thinking about today, because today was the day where we were going to get the information. And unfortunately, it wasn't what we wanted to hear, was it? So I challenge you to go and get something that you've got after you've watched a video and give it a go. And if you sort of mastered that, then look at doing it in a different size. Look at doing it in a smaller journal or in a 12 by 12 or in an art journal or perhaps on a card front. And it's really interesting how our brains have to think differently for these compositions. Ages ago, we had a big 4x4 swap. So we were doing 4 inches by 4 inches, these really cute little cards. But it's interesting when you do something square, you really have to, sort of think both ways. But when you do something that's longer, that's more portrait, then you get to consider how you layer it this way. Whereas if you turn it landscape, you really have to think about how you lay it out. So all these different sizes make us think differently. And that's what's great in developing our own skills, is because it takes what we've seen and then make sure we put it into practice, because that's the only way we get better, is by practicing. And I know that we don't want to hear that. I know that we'd much rather think that we can wake up one day and journal just like all these fantastic things that we see online, but it doesn't work that way. And the more that I do this and the older I get and the wiser I get, I think we realize that there's no one perfect person that's perfect. There's no one process that always works for everyone. Everyone has to do their own trial and error. Everyone has to give it a go. Everyone has to go through those same steps. Just as learning to walk just took us so long to get to where we are now. And just the same with your art journaling, card making, scrapbooking, just give yourselves a break. Remember that it takes practice. It takes repetition. It takes learning, but doing as well. This has been a great time for consumption. We're watching Netflix and YouTube and Facebook and just wanting to get more in. But sometimes we just need to pause and put something out as well, and to create something. So whether it's a simple art journaling page, whether it's a card, whether it's a scrapbooking layout, or it's just getting your art supplies out and having a play with them. We've spoken so much about that over the last few weeks, is getting out your paints, getting out your water-soluble mediums, just having a play. understanding how they go on different surfaces, and just getting the feel for them. So then when we sort of ready to step back into that playful moment and give something a go, we'll have those tools at our disposal. So I hope that's given you something to think about with this dash of inspiration. It's fantastic to watch, but make sure you set aside time to go and do as well, and try what you've got right where you're at now and see what it looks like. If you're not happy with it, really think about why, and then give it another go and try again and again and again. So that's all for this week's update. Please click on the link and head over to P2P Craft Presents. Continue to support our retailers. We desperately need all the help we can get at the moment. It's going to be a challenging few months. Like we said, Geelong show, we'll be looking at it today, but I think unfortunately that's not going to go the way we want. Let's hope by October things are looking a little bit better. Of course, if you've got any questions or comments, pop them below. It's good to see everyone there. Hi Florina, hi Diana, hi Joanne, hi Diane. It's fantastic to have you all along with this week's update. We've got a whole heap of sessions coming up. I'm doing a masterclass this week in gesso, which I know everyone's been looking forward to. So we'll have a little play with a few different gessos that I've got, with some of the tips and techniques I've developed over the last few years, and of course continue to use. And I look forward to seeing you soon. So this is Michelle Brown signing off. I hope you have a crafty day.